Dear students, we know that the differential equations are used to model various natural phenomena. So we consider one example which is arising in weather forecasting. The system is called Lorentz system. In 1950, a meteorologist Edward Lorenz, he was working in MIT. Proposed the following system. This system contains three coupled differential equations. X dot means x dot of t equal to minus sigma x plus sigma y. Sigma is constant. Y dot equal to rx minus y minus xz. R is also constant. And third equation in this system is z dot equal to xy minus bz. Okay, we call this as where sigma, r, and b are parameters. Okay, they have special meanings. Okay, if you observe this model, you can find that the first equation is linear. The second equation contains one non-linearity. It is product non-linearity, x multiplied by z. Similarly, third equation contains non-linearity, x multiplied by 1. Okay, so this is a non-linear system. It is called as autonomous system because the independent variable t does not appear on the right hand side explicitly. Okay. So this is non-linear autonomous system of order 3. In this model, the warm fluid below. This is model in weather forecasting. Okay, so there are two types of fluids. One is below and another is above. Okay, so the arm fluid below rises and the cool fluid above sinks. setting of a clockwise. Okay, so this motion results in clockwise or anti-clockwise current. Setting of a clockwise or anti-clockwise. Okay, whether it is clockwise or anti-clockwise, it depends on the values of parameters. Current. This is very special system in the history of mathematics. Let us use Wolfram Cloud and observe this source. Okay. We observe behavior of this system for different values of parameters using Wolfram Cloud. Okay, because we cannot solve this manually. It is in 3 dimension. It is a non-linear system. Okay, so we cannot use pen and paper and solve this system. Okay, we have to use software. Okay, we consider these equations. We use ND solve. First equation is x dot of d equal to, we take sigma to be 10, so that this is minus 10x plus 10y. Then we take r to be 28 and we take b to be minus 2.6. Okay, of course, we are going to change these values of parameters. We change the parameter sigma and r. Okay. Initial condition is x of 0 is 0, y of 0 is 10, and z of 0 is 0. And we plot all these things x, y, and z, and we also sketch parametric too. So let us take first sigma as say phi. Let me run the system once again. If we run this system, then we can observe that solutions are converging. Okay, so these are x, y, and z trajectories, and this is sketch of x, y, z as a parametric curve in 3 dimensions. Okay, so we can observe that things are converging for this value 5. If we take say 5.4, sigma is 5.4, then also we are getting convergent solutions. If it is 5.5, again same thing, we are going to change this. Say okay, let me take 5.7, 5.8. Okay, so up to 5.7 we are getting convergent solutions. When we take 5.8, we are getting oscillations. Okay, but we can observe that these oscillations are not periodic. Okay. we are getting oscillation, but not periodic. Okay, so this is representation of this solution in R3. Okay, parametric curve, coordinates are x of t, y of t, and z of t. Okay. So this is about sigma. Let me note down these things. If 0 less than sigma less than 5.8, then we get convergent solutions. For sigma equal to 5.8, we get a periodic oscillation. There are oscillations, but not periodic or non-periodic. Let us consider different values of another parameter. Okay. Now we change another parameter p. Okay, so let us take this. Okay, sigma to be 10. Of course, we can take any other values. Still, we are getting such periodic oscillations. Now take b, this third parameter b, which is now which is 2.6. Let us take different values. If we take b to be 0, then we get stable solutions. If this is 0.1, let us see, we get periodic orbit. Okay, this is called as one cycle. Okay, period 1. If we take this to be 0.2, then we get period 2 orbit. Okay, this is called as 2 cycle. Okay, so system means like this. We may take higher values, say 0.4, 0.3, 0.4. Again, we are getting 2 cycles. Let us take 0.5. Okay, such things are called as bifurcation analysis. We are bifurcating one parameter and observing the things. Okay, of course, we can use the command manipulate and observe these things using a slider or a button. Again, same thing, period 2, it is 0.6. There is slight change. Okay, now this is definitely not period 2. Okay, it looks periodic, but period is higher than. Okay, so let me take 0.52. 5253. Let us change. Okay, when we take 0.55, then we get 4 cycles. Okay, so clearly there are 4 different values which are repeating. Okay, we can observe these 4 values. 1, 2 are positive and 2 are negative. Okay, so such things are there. 4 cycles. Okay, so this phenomena is called as period doubling. Okay, so period was 1, it is now 2, it will become 4, 8, and so on. And when we cannot measure the period, we get aperiodic oscillations. Okay. So this is at point 55 for cycle, and let us increase. See if it is 1.2, then it looks like this. So these things are aperiodic. One point six. So let us note down these things. So we should mention what other parameters are. If sigma is 5.8 and other values are equal to 28, and B odds, we were taking B to be, I think it was 2.5, okay, something like that. Here we were changing sigma. Now let us fix sigma equal to 10. R equal to 28 and change B. Okay. If B is 0, then we get stable orbits. If B is 0.1, then we get period 1 orbit or 1 cycle. If B is say 0.2 to 0.5, okay, so if 0.2 less equal B less than 0.55, then we get 2 cycle. B equal to 0.55 gives 4 cycle, and so on. This phenomena is called period doubling bifurcation. For larger values, we get for example, B equal to 1 gives aperiodic solutions. Okay. Now next important thing. Now what we do, we consider solutions of this system which differ slightly. Okay, I mean initial conditions are slightly modified. So what happens? Okay, usually we expect that the solution should um, be identical. Okay. If initial condition is uh, very close to another initial condition, then we expect that the solution should be identical. Let us consider the two trajectories. Trajectory means solution trajectories of this system, which have slightly different initial conditions. So what we do? We consider this thing. So this is one solution. We consider another one. We call it as SOLN1. Okay, this is given name. Here we take x of 0 equal to 0.0001. Okay, so slight change in initial condition. The difference is 0.0001. Okay, so very small change. Now we plot these two solutions. I mean, there is change in x. We are plotting x for both the systems. We may plot other solutions y and z also. Okay. Let us plot x of t from first system and second system. We can assign different colors, plot style, red and black. Okay, we can observe that though there is very small change in initial conditions, trajectories separate after some time. Okay, initially up to say around 16, okay, or 18, the trajectories are same. After that, they are different. Okay, so this is called as sensitive dependence on initial conditions. Means if even if there is slight change in initial condition, the trajectories differ exponentially. Okay. So these are characteristic features of this system. Okay. It is observed that the trajectories are identical for some time. And then separate this phenomena is called sensitive dependence on initial conditions. Okay, this phenomena is called sensitive dependence on initial conditions. What are other observations? The trajectories are always such a periodic trajectories are always bounded. The periodic trajectories observed in this system are always bounded. They are not going to be going to infinity or minus infinity. Always bounded and never settles. Okay, they are neither going to infinity nor converging to any point and never settles. Never settles. The behavior is unpredictable. Means if we have monotonic increasing solutions or converging to some equilibrium point, then we can predict. Okay, if it is periodic solution, then also we can predict. Okay, but for such solutions, we cannot predict the future. Okay, so slight change in initial condition will be completely different thing. Okay, so we cannot predict. Okay, so actually the system is arising in weather forecasting, and we know we cannot predict weather for long duration. Okay. The behavior is unpredictable. Okay. So what else? We can note that the system is non-linear, autonomous, and of order 3. So such solutions are called as chaotic solution. Okay, and this phenomenon is called as chaos. Okay, this phenomenon is called chaos, and the system is called chaotic. Or solutions are called chaotic. So what are features of the system? It should have order. Okay, there is one important result in dynamical system. It is called as Poincare-Bendixson theorem, which says that if system is autonomous and of order 1 or 2, then we cannot observe chaos. That means solutions are either converging to equilibrium point or maybe oscillating. If it is order 2, then we can have periodic oscillations, or we can have unbounded solutions. But we cannot have chaotic solutions if order is 1 or 2 and system is autonomous. Okay. So what is the necessary thing? It should be of order 3 or higher. It should be non-linear. Okay. If it is linear, then we can always have exact solution. That means we can predict, and solutions are given in terms of exponential function. We cannot have chaos. Okay. Poincare, Bendixson. Okay, these are mathematicians. Theorem says that chaos cannot occur in the autonomous system of ordinary differential equations of order less than or equal to 2, means order 1 and 2. Further, linear system cannot have chaotic solutions. Means non-linearity and order greater than or equal to 3, these are necessary conditions for chaos. Okay, actually we cannot have sufficient conditions for chaos. Okay, so we can have conditions when there is no chaos. Okay, so if our equilibrium points are all stable equilibrium points or asymptotically stable equilibrium points, then we cannot have chaotic solutions. Okay, if you find equilibrium points of this system with these values of parameters, then you can observe that the equilibrium points are saddles, means unstable. Okay, so find equilibrium points, it is not difficult. Then find Jacobian, evaluate at equilibrium points and find eigenvalues. Okay, you can check that there is at least one eigenvalue with real part positive and at least one eigenvalue with real part negative. That means saddle, and saddles are unstable. Okay, so instability is also necessary condition. But if a given system of ordinary differential equation with such qualitative thing, that means unstable equilibrium point, then it need not have chaotic solutions. Okay, so it is simply instability. Okay, so we cannot predict chaotic solutions. We have to solve that system actually. Okay, so analysis will not help in finding chaotic solutions. Okay, if there is such analytical result, that means we can predict chaos. Okay, but it is contradiction. We cannot predict chaos, so we cannot have analytical result for chaos. Okay, we have analytical results for stability. Okay, if system is not stable, then we have to solve the system using numerical method and check whether there are chaotic solutions or not. Okay. Now, how to quantify chaos means whether there is really solutions, chaotic solutions or not. Okay, there are different ways to quantify chaos. One is we can have bifurcation diagram. Okay, bifurcation diagram means what we have to do. We have to solve the system for a long time. Okay, and then we consider the last few part of the solution trajectory. Okay, and then we consider peaks of the solution trajectory and we check how many peaks are there. Okay, if system is convergent, then we have only one value. If it is periodic, then we have few number of peaks. Okay, for example, we have one peak or two peaks. If it is chaotic, then we have number of peaks, some infinite limit. Okay, so if we plot for each parameter value number of peaks, then for chaotic thing we have infinitely many such values. So such figure is called as bifurcation diagram. I'm not going in details because our intention is to discuss things in delay differential equations. Okay, so This is very short introduction to chaotic dynamical systems. Okay, there are few nice books. Okay, devoted to chaos theory and dynamical systems. So another thing is we can find Lyapunov exponent. Okay, so I'm explaining what is meant by Lyapunov exponent. So quantifying chaos. Lyapunov exponent. Lyapunov is also mathematician. LE. Lyapunov exponents are measure of exponential separation of nearby starting trajectories. Okay. So let x of t and y of t, I'm writing capital X because it will be vector, and y of t be the solution trajectories of given system of ordinary differential equations x dot equal to f of x. The initial conditions are slightly faint with initial conditions x of 0 and y of 0. Y of 0 is x of 0 plus some vector delta. Okay, delta is not a number, it is vector. Okay. With norm of delta is very, very small. Okay. If norm of x of t minus y of t is equal to norm of x of 0 minus y of 0, that is norm delta e raised to lambda t, then of course for sufficiently large t, then we define the Lyapunov exponent as lambda equal to limit t tends to infinity 1 upon t log of norm of x of t minus y of t divided by norm delta. Okay. Actually, if system is n dimensional, then we get n Lyapunov exponents. Okay, and there are different numerical methods to find Lyapunov exponents. Okay. So if largest Lyapunov exponent is bigger than 0, then it says that trajectories separate exponentially, and we can say that there is chaos. Okay. There are n Lyapunov exponents for n-dimensional system. If lambda is largest Lyapunov exponent, then lambda less than 0 implies stable system, and lambda greater than 0 implies chaotic system. There are some numerical methods which can be used to find Lyapunov exponents. This is all about differential equations, ordinary differential equations. But note that if we consider delay differential equation, then we can observe chaos even if we consider single scalar equation. Okay. So for ordinary differential equations, we need order to be 3 or higher. But we have seen that delay differential equations are infinite dimensional. Okay. Because this set of initial values is infinite. Okay. So even if we consider non-linear first order differential equation, we can expect chaos. Okay. So we are going to analyze certain examples of chaotic delay differential equations. Okay. Chaos can be observed in iterated systems, iterated maps also. Okay, these maps are of the form xn plus 1 is equal to f of xn. Okay, so there is famous chaotic map. It is logistic map. It is proposed by Robert May in population dynamics. Okay, so if you search Google, then you will find more details about this system. Okay, so we end this lecture with this note. Delay differential equation of order 1 can also exhibit chaos. Okay, of course, it should be non-linear and other things. Okay? The next time we discuss some examples of chaotic systems. Thank you.